Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Jacob Fatu issued a warning to Roman Reigns backstage on the latest episode of WWE SmackDown. He doesn't acknowledge the latter as his tribal chief. Solo Sikoa brought the Samoan werewolf to the company and added him to the Bloodline, a faction he stole from the OTC. The former NXT North American champion also recruited Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa after eliminating his brother Jimmy Uso from the group. Ahead of Solo Sikoa's tribal combat against Roman Reigns on the upcoming episode of WWE Raw, Jacob Fatu cut a promo on SmackDown this week while Bloodline 2.0 were making their entrance for their match. He stated that Solo would beat Roman on Raw and the whole world would acknowledge him as the one and only tribal chief. Just in a couple of seconds, I'm about to show the world what happens when you don't acknowledge the one and only tribal chief. So Monday, when Solo beats Roman's the whole world will acknowledge Solo, said Fatu. Solo, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga defeated Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn in the main event of SmackDown this week. Sikoa pinned Jey after hitting him with the Samoan spike. The lights on SmackDown flickered as the crowd roared with anticipation. The usual thrill of the blue brand was palpable, but tonight was different. The air was thick with tension as rumors swirled about the appearance of one of the most dominant forces in the wrestling world, Jacob Fatu. The Samoan powerhouse had made waves in multiple promotions, but it was his connection to the legendary Anoa'i family that had everyone on the edge of their seats. And now, the time had come for him to address the biggest name in that family, Roman Reigns. The stage lights dimmed completely, leaving only the soft echo of the audience's excitement. Then a familiar, powerful rhythm filled the arena, accompanied by the unmistakable sound of a tribal war drum. The crowd erupted as Jacob Fatu made his way down the ramp, his imposing figure dwarfing the already intimidating SmackDown superstars. Wearing his signature black and gold attire, with the Anoa'i family crest emblazoned on his chest, Fatu looked every bit the king in the making. His eyes locked onto the camera as he approached the ring, his aura commanding the space around him. The commentators spoke with a mix of awe and intrigue, speculating about his message. Was Fatu here to claim a spot in the WWE roster? Was he here to make an impact against one of SmackDown's top stars? No one knew. But one thing was clear. This wasn't just a regular appearance. Jacob Fatu had come with a purpose. The crowd cheered as Fatu entered the ring, taking a moment to soak in the atmosphere. As the music faded out, a hush fell over the audience. They knew something monumental was about to happen. Gripping the microphone, Fatu's deep voice echoed through the arena as he spoke. "You all know who I am," he began, his words commanding respect. "I am the Bloodline's legacy. The Anoa'i dynasty runs through my veins, just like it runs through Roman Reigns' veins. But unlike Roman, I don't need the power of 1,000 men to stand tall. I stand on my own, and that's what makes me dangerous." The crowd let out a collective gasp. Fatu's words struck with the force of a thunderclap. The mention of Reigns, the undisputed tribal chief of WWE, drew a murmur of curiosity. Jacob Fatu wasn't just paying homage to his family. He was setting the stage for something far more personal. "I've watched Roman from the shadows," Fatu continued, his eyes narrowing. "Watched him claim his spot at the top, call himself the tribal chief. But let me make one thing clear, Roman. You may have the title, but I am the Bloodline's future. You've done your time. You've earned your place. But now, it's my turn to take what's mine." The crowd's reaction was mixed. Some fans cheered, while others murmured in disbelief. Fatu had just laid down the gauntlet, making it known that he wasn't here to bow down to Reigns. He was here to claim what he believed was rightfully his. "Roman, I know you think you're untouchable," Fatu said with a sinister smile. "I know you think you have everything under control, that no one can touch you. But deep down, you know this isn't just about titles. This is about respect. This is about legacy. And that legacy, it belongs to me. It always has." The camera zoomed in on Fatu's face as his words resonated with weight. He wasn't just a man looking for a title shot. He was challenging the very foundation of Roman Reigns' empire. The question lingered in the air. Would the tribal chief accept this challenge, or would he dismiss Fatu as just another contender? Fatu's voice grew more intense as he paced the ring, the tension building with every word. "Roman, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for everything you've built. The Samoan dynasty is mine to lead, and I'm not waiting for your permission. You think you've beaten everyone who has ever stepped into your path? Well, guess what? You haven't beaten me. And when the time comes, when I step into the ring with you, I'll prove it." The crowd erupted into cheers as Fatu dropped the microphone, his message delivered with undeniable conviction. He wasn't just another challenger. He was a force to be reckoned with, a man who carried the weight of his family's legacy and wasn't afraid to stake his claim in the future of WWE. The tension hung thick in the air, and for a moment, it felt like time itself had stopped. Would Roman Reigns rise to the challenge? Or would Fatu's warning be the spark that ignited a war between the two Samoan giants? Before the audience could speculate any further, the unmistakable sound of Roman Reigns' entrance music echoed throughout the arena. The crowd immediately stood to their feet, their excitement palpable. The tribal chief, accompanied by his special counsel Paul Heyman, made his way to the stage, a look of contempt on his face as he took in Fatu's message. Reigns stood tall on the ramp, his eyes locked onto Fatu. He wasn't just looking at a potential challenger. He was sizing up a threat. The intensity between the two men was almost suffocating. Paul Heyman stood by Reigns, holding the microphone, his expression a mixture of concern and intrigue. Reigns lifted his hand, signaling Heyman to hold off on speaking. Roman's cold, calculating voice filled the arena as he addressed Fatu. "You think you can just walk in here, interrupt my reign, and claim what you think is yours? You've got guts, kid, but you don't have what it takes to stand where I stand. You want the bloodline? You want the legacy? Well, you'll have to go through me." The audience buzzed with excitement. The war of words had officially begun, and the stakes were higher than ever. Fatu wasn't backing down, and Roman wasn't showing any sign of fear. This wasn't just a rivalry. It was the beginning of something far bigger. As the camera focused on the two Samoan titans, the promise of a monumental clash loomed large. Would Jacob Fatu be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns as the tribal chief? Or would Reigns remind the world why he was the undisputed champion? The stage was set. The bloodline's future was uncertain. The only thing that was certain was that SmackDown had just become a battleground like no other. The war for the Samoan legacy was just beginning, and neither man was willing to let it slip from his grasp.